Let's be real. You most likely hate cold calling. It's awkward, it's uncomfortable, and 9 times out of 10, you end up hanging up and just thinking, man, what could I have said differently? But here's the thing, it's not the calls that suck, it's the conversations that suck. Today I'm breaking down 5 conversations that actually work. They're not salesy, they're not robotic, it's just real talk that will help build trust in you and turns not interested into let's talk. What's going on? Anthony Esposito with eXp Realty, and these are the exact conversations that have helped me take cold leads and turn them into clients, neighbors into referrals, and those random calls into a long-term relationship. So if you're tired of sounding like every other agent and getting nowhere, let's fix that right now. And if you want these scripts for free, all you got to do is just drop scripts in the comment below and let me know which one you love the best. Now, it all starts with the lowest hanging fruit that is out there, that now business, expired listings. It's an easy, very fast way to build your pipeline, to get listings, to get clientele. If you do it right, you got to stand out from the 50 other agents that are calling them, because when their home doesn't sell, they're frustrated. They've seen it. They don't even know if they want to continue on half the time. And the last thing that they need is just agent number 51 reaching out and pitching them a sales. They don't want to hear that. You got to come with them with value. You got to listen to them. You got to build that relationship. So here's how you start it. Plain and simple. It's super easy. Just, hey, Mr. Smith. Hey, this is Anthony Esposito with eXp Realty. How are we doing today? Make sure you set the tone. Have energy. If you're just going, how are we doing today? That's not getting them excited. You got to get them excited. You got to make them believe like, oh, hey, someone's having a great day. I should be having a great day too. You want to ease into it. So you simply just say, hey, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I noticed your home was on the market recently and it came off. Is that right? And, get that question, get that tone, have that conversation as if you're speaking to somebody that's in your family. They'll end up telling you, yes, that's right. Or you'll even get people that are like, what do you mean it's off the market? Because they don't even know. Go at least 5 questions deep. If you can get 10 questions deep, that is like a gold mine right there. But asking all these questions, you're not making it about you. You're making it about them. And it just gets them to open up more. You're establishing a relationship just by having that call with them. And some of the questions that you could ask, the 5 easy questions that you can ask is, what do you think happened? That's a good one. Did you have many showings or any offers? How was the communication with your agent? That one is huge. If you could change one thing about your last experience, what would it be? And then the 5th question that you can go into, do you still have plans to move, or are you going to wait a little bit? There's 5 questions for you right there. So don't tell me you can't go 5 questions deep, but each question, it's earning your trust with them. You're showing them empathy. You're not showing them, your expertise. For the next one is the FSBOs. Another low-hanging fruit, but you got to work a little bit harder with the FSBOs. They're doing it themselves for a reason. They want control. They have the confidence. And of course, they're looking to save commission. Whatever it is, respect that fact. Because if you come in and say, I could sell it better, you might as well just not even waste your time making that phone call. But again, it all starts with the same thing. Every conversation starts the same. Hey, Mr. Smith. Hey, this is just Anthony Esposito with eXp Realty. How we doing today? It works. Believe me, it works. And it drops their guard. And sometimes you'll kind of hear them to where they'll be a little bit skittish and they're like, what do you mean? It's something as simple as just go in and following through after they say that. Great, me too. Hey, I don't want to waste your time, but I noticed your home on 123 Main Street is for sale by an owner. Is it still available? And you could add stutters in there. It's okay if you have stutters and you go, you don't want to sound like a robot. You just got to let it come naturally. If they say yes, then you say, nice, I've seen a few that popped up in your area. How's it been going for you so far? Have you been getting some serious buyers, or are you just getting like window shoppers? Again, you're having a conversation. You see how that's going? I'm asking questions. I'm not talking about trying to sell their house. I'm not talking about, oh, I could do this so much better. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm having a conversation, and that's where it all boils down to at the end. And after they share, provide value. That's the best way you're going to win them. And it could be something as simple as like, oh yeah, I totally get that. I've got some recent sale data in that area that could help you kind of double check your pricing on stuff, or make sure that you're on point, that you don't need to do any like decreases in prices or upgrades, anything like that. I'm happy to get that over to you. Is that something that interests you? Providing value is the easiest thing to do. Now, sometimes they'll say, sure. And then you say, great. What's a good email that I can forward this to when I get it all set up? Most of the time, they're going to be like, nah, I'm good, because they're confident in themselves. But it's just, again, you're adding value to them. You're not trying to sell it. And when they say that, you basically just be like, hey, that's no problem at all. I'm wishing you the best with this. But if you ever do come across any type of hiccups, or you like hit a wall, or you just want a second set of eyes, I'm happy to help you out. Don't hesitate to reach out. This is my personal cell phone number. You can call or text me anytime. And leave it at that. But here's the trick. You got to follow up with them. Make sure it's at least a week from that phone call. And it's just something as simple as just making mention that, hey, we just talked last week. I just wanted to see how things were going, making sure that you're getting plenty of traction over there. Now, with the circle prospecting, this is not dead. It could still get you tons of business. But with circle prospecting, more often than not, it's going to be future business, where expireds and FSBOs, that's now business. Circle prospecting, you're just kind of building your pipeline, basically, getting that CRM geared up. And it's super simple to do. You got to come with value of some sort. Do not just sit there and be like, hey, I was just curious if you ever thought about selling your house. Doesn't work anymore. You'll get hung up on. They'll shut down. They don't want to talk to you. End of the phone call. You just wasted a couple minutes of your time, where it's pretty valuable. One of the cool things that you could end up doing is taking recent sale in the neighborhood. So you want to find a neighborhood that's been selling, homes pretty good. Don't go to a neighborhood that's been selling one home, even if it's somewhere that you want to get in and kind of take market share on. If it sold one home in the past 6 months, it's not good to do. Obviously, people are staying there. You want to find the neighborhoods that are moving inventory, pretty quick. So find one that sold faster than the average days on market, especially with how our market is right now. And try to find one that maybe even sold over asking price, even if it's just a little bit. And it's going to be the same thing. Hey, Mr. Smith. Hey, this is just Anthony Esposito with eXp Realty. How are we doing today? Follow into the rest of it. Hey, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I just wanted to share really quick. I wasn't sure if you were aware, there was a home recently right down the road from you that sold for X amount of dollars in X amount of days. Just fill in those blanks, see if they say anything. And you just basically say like, it's been creating a lot of like buzz in the neighborhood, and out of curiosity, I was just wondering if you would like to know how that affected your home's value. It's very simple, no big deal. A lot of them, they do end up saying, I kind of do wonder about that. But a lot of them also go the other way. So it's like a 50-50 shot. So you have to be prepared for it, but it's okay if you stutter. Always remember that it's okay if you stutter. But if they say no, offer more value, and you just basically just be like, hey, that's perfectly fine. I'm putting together a neighborhood report with latest sales, and I'll send that over to you, because I'm just sending it to everybody just out of, kindness, or throw something in there. But just let them know you're going to be sending them something, and actually follow through. Just send a quick little postcard of recent sales. They're going to see your face, and they're going to be like, oh, wow, this agent actually did what they said they are going to do. That's where you will end up being to build on the community. And you just got to keep coming back to it. It's follow up. But these are going to be short. They're going to be quick, easy to go. Another tactic to use is any type of new build that's in the area, because they're offering huge incentives. That is kind of the aspect where you can ask them if they've been considering about selling without actually asking them if they've been considering about selling. It's the similar conversation, except this time around, you just end up saying something along the lines of, hey, I don't know if you're aware, but there's a brand new development that is being built right by you. They have amazing incentives. I got great relationships with the builders. Is that ever something that you considered? Because now you're offering them a piece of property to buy. You're not asking them, sell your property. You're offering them value. Now with past clients, we've all been there where we lost touch with them and we're not staying in actual communication from what we should be. We have all been there. You have been there. We know how this goes. And a lot of us, and I'm sure you're even thinking to yourself right now about a past client that you may have not reached out in a long time, and you're thinking, how should I approach this? Super easy. They were a past client. Call them. Give them a quick little phone call, and you just simply say, hey, what's going on? It's Anthony. Hey, I know it's been a while. I was just sitting there doing some work and I thought to myself, man, I haven't talked to you in a long time. I'm just wondering, how's life treating you? That's it. Start the conversation. There's nothing else you need to do. It's a past client. There's no need for you to go through and really be concerned about, what do I say? Do I got to say this? When do I say this? How do I do this? Again, ask them 5 questions. Ask them how their life's doing. If they got kids, ask them how the kids are doing. They have an animal, a dog or something, or cats. Ask them how that's going. Ask them, hey, how was your summer this past year? Did you do anything fun? Have a conversation as if it is one of your family members or a very close friend. That's all you got to do. Don't stress over it. It's a past client. They already know you. They already like you. Hopefully, you're not calling a client you had a bad deal with. But they already trust you. It's just reconnecting with them. It's very easy. Now for the old leads or the cold leads that you most likely forgot about, or you most likely just wrote off and they're just sitting in your CRM collecting a drip campaign or a weekly email, whatever you got going on. So you just got to remember that, every old lead is just another person who needed a different time. Or maybe a different touch. Maybe you only reached out a couple times when it can take, possibly around 8 touch points to convert somebody into a client from a cold lead. So it's just very simple. Reach out. Call them. Don't be afraid to call. It's much better to hear your tone, your energy, your excitement with stuff, and you just be like, hey, whatever their name is. Hey, Mrs. Smith. Hey, it's just Anthony Esposito with eXp Realty. I'm sorry to be bothering you, but, we chatted a while back. I was just wondering how things have been for you. It's simple. As you're seeing, it's a conversation. Ask them about their day. Ask them how work has been. Don't go into it just like, hey, I was just curious if you were looking to buy or sell real estate. No, just have a conversation. If they sound unsure, which most likely they will because chances are they forgot about you. But when you say hey, we chatted a while back, it gets them thinking did I talk to this person? So it kind of gets, their mind thinking about it. Now, if they're unsure, you just say, hey, no worries. We talked about, you possibly move into, X area. And I know it was, maybe a year ago, but, I just wanted to check in and, see if any plans have changed or if you have any questions, if you're curious about the market itself. How can I help you? You could even go a step further after they're saying whether they say, no, we really weren't thinking about it, or yeah, we were kind of thinking about it. Whichever way it goes, you're going to bring even more value. If they say, yeah, we've been kind of thinking about it, and then you just simply say, well, hey, I got a few listings that just hit recently in the area. I'd love to show them to you. I could send them over to you through email if that's okay. And then, I'll touch base with you and we'll take it from there and see if it's something that interests you to go see in person. If they say no, well, have you been sending them a weekly email? If not, that's where you can provide them with weekly insights on stuff and kind of flip script and just be like, hey, no worries. I just wanted to give you a quick phone call, just check in. But I got tons of people that love my weekly email. I'll be sure to get you on that so then you can stay up to date at on the market, at your leisure. And if something ever comes up, do not hesitate to call me. This is my personal number. I'm happy to help you out and be a resource however you can, even if you need some recommendations for any type of construction work on the house. So these 5 scripts, they do work, and they work because they're not scripts. They're conversations. They're adding connection. They're providing value. They're giving people curiosity of what's going on. It's not about you. It's not about the transaction of things. It's not about anything other than them and how you can help serve them better. Again, if you want these scripts for free, all you got to do is just drop scripts in the comments below. Let me know which one that you liked the best or was like a key takeaway for you. And if you want to take it a step further, if you want to see what your business could be like how you can scale your business, and you want to see what it's like to have my systems, my tools, my resources, mentorship, leadership, everything in between, I'm happy to help you out, and I'm happy to share insight to help propel your business because I want to see you succeed. If this does interest you, just go in the description below, book a private Zoom call with me, and I'm happy to just have a conversation with you.